We're talking about The Matrix this week. Um, we talked, at least the opening statement kind of thing on the discussion page said that the theme of The Matrix, well, at least a big one, was about how we perceive the world, reality, and that's talked about, everywhere in The Matrix, how Morpheus is sitting in the room and he starts talking about humans as batteries and, sitting there and they kind of zoom in on the TV they kind of like come out of the TV or whatever. So it's, kind of trippy, it's all this reality perception type stuff. But actually, I thought of a couple of different, that wasn't the first thing I thought of was perception. Actually, I thought of, for a theme, was man versus machine, how, not necessarily fighting in the fact more of, I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. Our interdependence with machines and, who really controls who, kind of like how we were talking in a little bit on the Terminator. I didn't do the discussion, but the Terminator one, I did read the work, but they had so much similarities between the two, but they're the theme of interdependence on machines and how machines don't have to be smarter than us. I mean, even today, like in today's day, we have computers and phones and, technology everywhere in our cars, in our trains, everything, in our planes, all forms of transportation, just all this technology that we're surrounded with. We just sit there and hours upon hours of the day. I actually learned this lesson really well the past couple of weeks because I've been house sitting, and for my grandfather, and he doesn't have any internet, so I've been able to, really focus on my other classes like physics and chemistry and stuff just because I have so much time in the day now that I'm not, just sitting on the internet. So it's pretty interesting. Another really big theme was the theme of free will, obviously, because the whole blue pill, red pill thing, where Neo can either control his destiny with free will, or he can just be, a pawn of fate. I would taking the blue pill, and I think that was what the pills were about. Are you going to choose, free will? That's the choice that you get to make, or you can just be another, mindless battery and for the machines. And the Matrix really controls everything. Like all your choices, everything is just it's pre-programmed, so they can't. It's just an illusion of free will. There's no choice, so it's fate for them. It was actually really cool. I saw something online that said, I looked this up actually. I have the movies, so I watched this real quick. It said there's some biblical references in the Matrix, which I actually thought were pretty cool. If you look at the Smith's car, the license plate on it, it's IS 5416, which is Isaiah 50, chapter 54, verse 16, and it says, "Behold, I have created the Smith that bloweth the coals in the fire." It just goes on and on and on, and you don't have to understand the reference of the biblical reference or whatever, but it's kind of cool. It adds that second, it's like an Easter egg, in movies and stuff. It just adds that second layer to it. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. I like it when movies do that, where it's like, oh, did you see that or whatever, and you have to go back and look at it. It's like, oh wow, that's cool. I was just watching Green Lantern the other day, and right before Sinestro stops communicating with the purple guy or whatever in the beginning, if you pause it just at the right second, you can see him be yellow, like in his yellow suit and everything. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. It's kind of like a little Easter egg thing. So I love when movies do that, especially science fiction, because they can just kind of sneak those in. So that was pretty cool.